Tuesday morning on a mini Merlot. I am gonna I was gonna lift a pallet full of chemical out of the chemical store, but that Merlot was in the way, so I'll swap Merlots for a second. That was handy. Rob needs that one, so he's taking that one. We'll get that pallet out and that pallet out. We've got a selection of pallet forks. Just arrived at Rainhill to do some spraying over the railway. Looking to see if the beans are coming up. It might just be the odd one showing through, perhaps. Jump out in a minute and have a look. Today is one of the days that it forecast this week. Every day was supposed to be like this, but yesterday wasn't, and it doesn't look like the rest of the week is either. So I've probably got like a week's worth of spraying to do today. There we go, little beans coming up now. Bit of grassweed as well though, which is these bits. We can control that though. You see them coming through. This OSR was quite behind the other day. Anyway, it's catching up now. You see a bit patchy down this track where the rodents that live in the hedgerow come out and eat it. That field's just starting to even up a bit as well. Apart from there, it's the slug burr bit. In this field of wheat now, and there's a little bit of striping. Actually looks worse on the camera, I think. See the darker stripes here. I don't know, it's because it's a bit windy when we were spreading the other day. But I've just spotted this big stone here. So I'm going to move it out of the way because we don't want to gobble that up with the combine. Because it looks a pretty hard bit of stone. It's a bit foot big, like. 130 acres in this tank full, so it's time for a hobnob because I'm not going to be back at the yard for dinner. Just start out spraying, obviously, and the air ambulance just rang up. They are completely overwhelmed by the amount of people and the response from the video we did the other day. Not necessarily the daily video, but the 45-minute live where we asked the crew the questions. So normally a live video you kind of get, I don't know, well, we had 450 people watching at the time, which was pretty big. And in the next 24 hours you might get, you know, another 4,000 perhaps watch. It's 25,000 people watch that video now, which is massive considering it's a 45-minute long video. So they're made up because it gets the awareness out there. But I don't know whether it's people that didn't watch Sunday's video that watched it. So is it everyone that's watching this that watched that, or is it new people that have now learnt a little bit more about the ambulance and the crew? It'd be interesting to know in the comments. So if you've watched it, let me know. If you haven't watched it, let me know, because then I can try and gauge what percentage of the audience that's watching watched it. Because if I ask you to say, did you watch it, and you say yes, the ones that didn't watch won't answer. So it just looked like loads of people did watch it. They were watching this video. So if you let me know either way, then I can see if 60% of the people watched it or 40%, you know, whichever. I think that makes sense. It does in my head. But yeah. So there we go. If you've not watched it, go and watch it. It is 45 minutes long, but it's really interesting. Just got out of the sprayer to lock the gates. I thought I'd show you this. I have showed it you before, but a few years ago. The grain chain. So it's all a little map of everything that's grown in the fields around this footpath. So where are we now? I'm here. So I've just sprayed this field, this field, and this field. And they're all got wheat growing in them, so that's what you make out of it, obviously. So if anyone wants to pause it later, I'll put it as the outro actually. But all footpath spray, we should have that. Maybe not a John Deere combine like. Andrew's been spreading that poly halite, and it's very, very sort of dusty. But a lot of it's because it was damp the other day when he first started, and it kind of clung to it. But yeah, it's like must be half a ton stuck to the outside of the spreader. It looks like it's like render you put on your house. Is it K-rend? Back for a quick fill up. The steps at Trucker Timber that were kindly donated are going in now. Richard says they're too high though. Steps are too big. To me, to you. You do that, it's like disco lights. till the camera sorts itself out. Hey, look at that. Look, that well's strong enough. I can't believe the height. I kind of measured the head height's perfect up here. Just obviously needs to cut some windows in it. That's the flooring to go across here. Just in one of my favourite fields with the favourite view. Just putting this fungicide on the wheat. Starting to get a little bit sort of gusty. You can see the windmills over there going round. It's, I wouldn't say it's windy. Just every so often you see a bit of a gust, so just keeping the boom kind of like low and slow, just so that we don't get any drift. At the moment though, it has forecast that this is the best day of the week for spraying, which is a bit of a shame because I could do with 3 or 4 of them. Bit of a random one, but I've just been reading the messages while the GPS is steering. And someone has contacted me on Facebook. Don't know them, but I just thought it was worthy of sharing. So it's a recruiter. This is like what she's called. I think it must be Ellie, obviously. Looking to recruit agricultural mechanics in these areas. So if anyone is looking for a job with a well-known manufacturer that makes green machinery, I could tell you what colour the wheels are. No, that'll spoil it. Yeah, get in touch anyway, because apparently there's quite a lot of positions that she's looking to fill, and she must normally use LinkedIn, and that's not really the place to find farmers because we're all too busy to be on it. So she's contacted me through Facebook. Anyway, I thought, well, it's worthy of sharing. If anyone's in a job and fancy an upgrade working for a big manufacturer, get in touch with her. Remember the other week when I come out spraying and it was dead wet and I had to kind of get the tank empty? Well, that is some of the mess that I made in one of the corners. Rest of the field, not too bad though. Actually, just on that recruitment thing, it isn't Ellie, I think it's Beth that's doing it. Yeah. Well, I thought it was Ellie, but that means elite. That's who you ring. Remember that field of wheat that Andrew didn't want to put his name to? Well, I think he does now. This is where we direct drilled into the failed OSR and the sunflowers. That looks great. Mega. Not all good though. Big wet hole in the middle. Folding up now, I think I'll have to call it a day now. The wind's getting a lot stronger, and according to the weather, it's going to be a lot calmer first thing tomorrow morning. So I'll get up Andy and carry on tomorrow morning. Just go back to the yard, see how the lads have got up to. See what the lads have got up to. Looks like it's been on a land stabilisation rig this now. It's so dusty. Anyway, he's spread all that 29 tonne now, just waiting for the other load to be delivered. It's it is fairly dirty, that, isn't it? In fact, actually, I don't know what's dirtier, the tractor or the spreader. Yeah, that other load was either going to be coming tonight or first thing in the morning. Anyway, it's not arrived, so obviously it's going to be in the morning. So if it's not too windy, you might be able to get a little bit more done in the morning. Some of it's to go on the beans. Anyway, we're not going to do that until they're up because... no, actually, no, I have sprayed them. I've sprayed them in pre-immersion. You can follow my tram lines. Forgot to say, 936 was acting up this morning. It conked out on the new roundabout on Rob. We think it's fuel filters, so... we've got, well, my dad's picking a set up first thing in the morning, and we'll get that sorted hopefully. Anyway, birthday bumper time, dead quick. James Sturgis is 6. Colm O'Regan is no age actually. Kieran McDonald is 15. Chloe Clements is 30. Harry Shepherd is 5. Sheila Cowan is 21 plus. Laura Alp is 7, and PD Diggers is 43. £32,313. Amazing. Not on a quiz question for ages. See the drill here? What are these little things on here for? All multicoloured clamps. If you think you know, let me know in the comments below. I'll zoom out so you can see better. Have a guess anyway if you don't know. Richard's got these joists in now, so he's just making the noggins for the middles. Over here, a few more to go in, and a little bit that way there, and then we've got a little kind of wrap around a bit. Got to sort these steps out here that aren't really long enough. But I think one of the next jobs now is try putting one of them walls in with straw and get it rendered and see how easy it is. Could do it being a dry day though, because we've not got the gutters all the way to the bottom yet. We don't want the water flowing in on us as we do it, because if you look, what you can see here actually, the gutter. Windy now, isn't it? Gutter stops here, so we're going to fill this in with straw. We're going to try this bay first behind the steps, because we can move them steps out of the way. If it all works, put the steps back in, make them fit better, and carry on along. And we've got another footing to pour along this side as well. We're not sure whether the gables though to use block work yet. Depends how easy the straw goes in. This isn't much cleaner either, is it? Anyway, that's all for today. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, don't forget to click like, and I will see you tomorrow. And if you're not subscribed, click subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything.